Hey there, Storm fans. It is Bryant Cook, and today we are playing Lotus Breach, one of my favorite modern decks, probably my signature modern deck at this point. I haven't run it in a little bit. I've been working on Neoform so much that Lotus Breach has sort of taken the back seat. I'm sorry about that. I do still love this deck, but the fact of the matter is, a lot of you aren't watching the Lotus Breach videos anymore, so I'm not really incentivized to record them. That said, today I'm preparing for Star City Games Syracuse, and Lotus Breach is one of the decks that I am strongly considering. So in front of you is the list that if I were to play in that event, this is what I would play. So this list is pretty stock. In fact, I ran this exact list about a month and a half ago, except there's one small change. I am running a defense grid over the third copy of Consider. So defense grid allows you to beat those multiple counterspell hands, and since that league about a month and a half ago, Flusterstorm has picked up a little bit, and Defense Grid gives you some protection against that. So I'm very, very interested in trying out the Singleton Defense Grid. Let's say you've never even watched a Lotus Breach before, and this is your first time ever consuming Breach content. So the idea is, well, the Lotus half of the deck is Lotus Field. So we're looking to put 2 lands into play and then play our Lotus Field. After you play Lotus Field, you're looking to use Dreamscript or Twiddle itself, the Alpha Common, to untap the Lotus Field. From there, you play an Underworld Breach, and then you escape Lotus Field again. Or I'm sorry, you escape Twiddle or Dreamscript again, and you untap the Lotus Field. So now every blue mana that you have makes 3 mana, so it's essentially a blue-dark ritual. After that, use Tome Scour, which says target player mills 5 cards and you mill yourself. So you create this, I'm going to use air quotes, loop, that you mill yourself twice and then you twiddle. This creates a whole bunch of storm until you deck yourself. Once you run out of your deck, the loop ends. It's not an infinite loop, but it's good enough for the sake of what our deck wants to do. So you mill yourself until your library is empty, and then you escape Grapeshot to Grapeshot your opponent for lethal. Could this be Thassa's Oracle? That's a question that comes up a lot. It could be, but I think Oracle is actually worse. So the reason why is there will be games where you can't afford to Tome Scour and then use this, and I know that seems strange, but like it definitely happens, so I've moved away from it. On top of that, Grapeshot gives you some flexibility against things like Meddling Mage, Lavinia, Magus of the Moon, a bunch of those effects, and let me tell you, Grapeshotting and Magus of the Moon comes up more than you think. So I'm a big fan of Grapeshot. I wouldn't run Oracle. I understand that people love these clean wins where they're like, oh, I beat Infinite Life even though Helii Company hasn't existed in years. So yeah, you can run Oracle, do whatever makes you happy. I personally don't care what you play. So that's how the deck works. As I mentioned, this defense grid is the only change for today. In the sideboard, this is the same sideboard I ran in that previous video, but before then it was new. So the idea is that when you want to board out or board in Leyline of Sanctity, you board out Ad Nauseam, and then you board in Peer into the Abyss and Aeve. I have yet to actually cast this Peer into the Abyss, but I've used the Aeve a number of times. So that's my short and sweet deck tech. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any thoughts, questions, suggestions, whatever, put those down below. I'd love to answer them. But for now, I'm going to start practicing for SCG Syracuse. I will see you in the first round. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. That said, there's no better way of showing your support than becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks, and we get to keep making combo content. The perks get better and better each level you go up. They also stack. To start off, with our Storm Fan tier, you unlock our private members section of our Discord, which comes with a highlighted user profile and then some awesome badges and emotes for YouTube. Looking for sideboard help? Become a Stormtrooper, our middle tier, for 2 sideboard guides of your deck choice every single month, on top of 50% off donation decks. Did we mention you also get 10% off merchandise from our shop? With our top tier, the Combo Cabal, you get a free donation deck every single month, 15% off merchandise from our shop, early access to private deck lists, and the most valuable perk in my opinion, videos early. That's right, you heard it, early access to all videos. But maybe sweet perk, secret deck list, early access to videos isn't for you, but you'd still like to show your appreciation. Make sure to check out theepicstorm.com/shop for card singles and Storm swag. Please don't forget to use your membership discounts. Finally, if you want to see your combo deck here on this very YouTube channel, make sure to visit theepicstorm.com/donation decks, where all you have to do is attach your TXT file and pick a donation tier. With our Epic tier, you can even join me in a video to showcase your bold brew in person and explain the ins and outs of your strategy. Card availability won't be an issue due to our new sponsor, Card Hoarder. With Card Hoarder, renting is super easy. If you're looking to get into Magic Online, there isn't a better, more affordable solution than Card Hoarder. Fun fact, you can rent the Epic Storm for 7 tickets a week, which is just a great deal. There are many ways you can support us. Just pick whatever is best for you. In the meantime, let's play some Magic. Well, we do want Lotus Field, but not like this. Not like this. Unfortunately, this is a mulligan. Okay, so this hand plays Magic. We're into that. We're going to bottom a fetch land and see what our opponent's doing. Let's go. Inspiring Vantage. I don't love to see that. This usually means burn, which is a very bad matchup for us. Goblin Guide. Yep. Swamp. Okay. Profane Tutor. I'm going to bobble myself here, see if I want this card, and I don't. So we're going to get rid of that. Just grab the island so that way I can cast this Consider. We'll draw a card off the bobble trigger. Another land. So it's kind of a bummer because these extra lands... I mean, drawing the swamp's fine because it saves us 2 life. And they have turn 2 Eidolon. That's a bummer. Because it saves us a life. But this Steam Vents, we're never going to use, because in order to win, we need Lotus Field. I'll keep that. Okay. Tough spot for sure. Okay, I'll take 2. And I revealed Defense Grid. Not really a Defense Grid matchup. Alright, let's suspend the Profane Tutor. I think it's a little ambitious to say that I'll be able to... unsuspend this eventually, but we have to play to what our deck does, right? You might be arguing that like I should play Wishclaw Talisman, but there's no world in which I can win next turn. Even if I drew Lotus Field for the draw step, I would be unable to win. So it doesn't make sense to lead on the Wishclaw. They suspend a Rift Bolt. Okay, so taking 5 down to 10. Mishra's Bobble. Yeah, I think they have me here. So next turn they have Rift Bolt plus these attackers, and I can't really do anything about it, so we're dead, Zo. Skewer, yep. Okay. Next game. Burn is not ideal. Definitely a matchup where I'd rather be playing Neoform. Alright, so Defense Grid can get out of here. We don't need that. We don't want the Ad Nauseam. Leylines can definitely come in. I like the Aeve. Fatal Push. Probably the Echoing Truth as well. Probably get rid of this Pact of Negation. We're at 66 cards, which is a lot. It's been a while since I've played this. Probably take out the 2 Consider. I think I'm going to try a split. This isn't something I typically do, but I'm going to try a split of Profane Tutors and Inquisitions as the other side outs. On the play. Double Lotus Field. I don't like this trend. Sure. Bottom 1 Wishclaw. I think the 2 damage here is worth it, so I'm going to go to 18. Mountain. Goblin Guide. So they'll attack and I'll get a trigger in which I can reveal, put a land on top of this Otherworldly Gaze. So do I want the basic Swamp? I mean, it's pretty free, so let's just keep it on top. Alright, 16 life. Dream's Grip? That's not the worst. Wishclaw, pass the turn. Mountain. Lava Spike. Lava Spike, so I'm going to go to 8 off this Goblin Guide. Pick up an island, okay. Could I go for it here? So, use Swamp to activate Wish Claw. Play Lotus Field, floating blue mana, sacrifice these 2 lands. So I could go for it, but I'd have to hit off the Otherworldly Gaze in a few tries. The alternative choice is that I play like the island and pass, and then hold up Fatal Push. I think I'm supposed to just try to win here. So I grab the Lotus Field. Play it. Alright, let's Twiddle. Yes. Tap for blue. Untap. Tap for red. Play the Breach. So we have to Otherworldly Gaze. And we hit another Otherworldly Gaze, a Breach, and a Dream Script. We will mill all of these. Dream Script to untap. I'm not feeling super confident in this. Alright. I'm going to just flashback one of these. Use up this red mana that's pretty useless otherwise. Alright, and then we will escape this one. I have to get pretty lucky here. And we bricked. We bricked. Probably just dead now. Maybe I should have kept the Breach on top then. That might have been a mistake. Alright, I'm just going to pass. So the reason why I went for it, and it might seem dumb, is if my opponent attacks then has 2 1-mana burn spells, I'm dead. So I'm priced into casting the Fatal Push on the Goblin Guide. And what if I push the Goblin Guide and then they just play Eidolon? Like, either way, that puts me in a really rough spot because I have to kill the Goblin Guide or I lose the Eidolon. There's not really much in between. Skullcrack. And Bolt. So that's the game, unfortunately. Okay, so we started this league off 0-1. If you haven't joined them already, I would recommend opening up our description down below and joining our 7 social media networks. They're each great in their own way, but I would strongly suggest joining our Discord server. In there, you will find others just like you looking to improve their Storm game and grow as a combo community. If you're a member of our YouTube channel, you should sync your account to Discord to unlock our private member section that has the latest and greatest deck lists, concepts, and much, much more. Let's get back to comboing out. Match 2, we're on the draw. I don't think this hand is good enough, unfortunately, so we're going to take a mulligan to 6, and this one's looking decent. So we'll bottom the Grapeshot. We need to find another land, so that way we can play Wishclaw into into Underworld Breach, but after that, we're pretty well set. Oh no. Oh no. Not like this. Oh, geez. And of course, we've revealed the defense grid. Okay, pass the turn. I feel like this always happens whenever I play this deck. Like, I just get paired into infinite burn decks, and I get the crap kicked out of me. But when I play Neoform, or Neobrand, I never face burn, because the burn matchup is so easy, why would I ever get paired into it? Instead, I just get, like, mono blue matchups. Alright, yeah, you got it. About to take a lot of damage. I'm going to be at 9 after this turn already, and they still have 3 cards in hand. Alright, let's play the Otherworldly Gaze. I have to keep the Delta on top. I don't have a choice. Draw. I wonder if I'm not supposed to play Claw here, but that might be dumb. So I'm just talking out loud. What if I Inquisition, and then I could theoretically, like, tap like one of these creatures? So if next turn I have how much mana to start off? Let's say I just want Inquisition. I would have 2 floating plus 5, so 6 mana. That's enough to play Wishclaw into Breach with 1 floating. Maybe I am supposed to Inquisition then. I have Boros Charm, which is just lethal. So now I have to burn a Twiddle to stay alive. That stinks. That means I'm just dead? Even if I tap... Yeah, I'm dead. Sweet. Okay. Let's see what the draw would have been. Okay. Bring in the ley lines again. Echoing Truth, Aeve. Wait, did I forget to bring in the ley lines in the previous match? Is that something I did? Please say it's not true. I think I forgot to bring in the ley lines. Now that I'm looking at it, I think I did. Maybe I'm wrong. And then I split these. No, actually, I think I did. I did. It's the same board map. Ignore me. Ignore me. Although, I know that the burn matchup isn't everything in Modern, but I'm only a round and a half into this league and I'm not feeling so good about Lotus Breach. Let's see if we can turn it around. On the play. I think we can do better. I lied. We cannot do better. Go into 5. Jeez. Okay. Not loving this. Inquisition. Take the Eidolon. Pass. Maybe the deck's just mad at me. Maybe it's like you've been neglecting me all this time and now I don't want to help you. I think I'm going to burn this Otherworldly Gaze in the upkeep so I can try to find a land. That hurts. Draw. Pass the turn. Wooded Foothills. Suspend Riftbolt. Suspend Riftbolt. They attack. I do hit a land off the guide, so that's nice. Go to 13. Play the Wishclaw. Pass. So I'm taking 6, 8. So I'm going to be at 5. So I have to hope that the 3 cards in their hand plus draw step don't kill me. I don't think we're going to get this. So you have to not have 2 damage. So that's a Twiddle. That doesn't actually do anything for me. I have 2 cards. Alright, it's a quick 0-2. 3 rounds left. Playing your favorite combo deck in Paper just got so much easier with the Epic Storm Mini Token Pack. You can pick one up at theepicstorm.com/shop for $13. It includes 64 double-sided mini tokens. That's 128 tokens total. And they include 10 black, 10 blue, 10 red, 5 green, 5 white, 3 colorless, 20 storm counters. That means that you can count your way all the way up to 20 for Grapeshot, everyone's favorite Stormwind condition, a Galvanic Relay Exile Indicator, 4 treasure tokens for Strike It Rich, and then 10 monk tokens for our vintage friends. It also has Slime Time Live, Aeve Progenitor Ooze tokens with the power and toughness already built in to make playing in Paper so much easier. No fumbling around with dice. We've got you covered. Make sure to go grab those if you're playing Modern. And then Squirrels versus Goblins, Chatterstorm versus Empty the Warrens, the Battle of the Ages. You definitely need 20 Squirrel tokens and 20 Goblin tokens. You're going to love this mini token pack, I promise. And once again, you can grab that at theepicstorm.com/shop. Round 3, we've opened up a decent hand. It has probably one too many lands in it, but I'm not going to mulligan it. Alright, ready for Mountain Goblin Guide? Let's see it. Let's see the Goblin Guide. Come on, quit slow rolling. What takes so long? Alright, just a lonely, sad forest. Draw. Storm 1. Storm 2. Bobble you. Cultivator Colossus, huh? Bobble me. Twiddle. I think I'd like a Twiddle. So let's draw that. 2 bobble triggers, a Twiddle, and a garbage land. Okay. You got it. So this is looking more like Amulet Titan than the Tashimi combo deck. That's a breach. So we have a win lined up next turn. I think I'm supposed to just scour now to save mana. Alright, scour me. Pass the turn. Do not murder me. Please. I would like to not be murdered. Dryad. Castle. And it's time to party. Good draw. Play the Lotus Field. Sacrifice these 2 lands. Goodbye. Twiddle. Are we actually going to get to do the thing for once? That can't be right. Breach. We have Pact in the graveyard to protect us as well. Scour. So now we remove 3 cards. Mill. Tap. Scour. Okay, and now we do one more scour before a Twiddle. Storm 6. Twiddle. Remove these Underworld Breach. Yes, I'd like to untap my land. Thank you. It's why I cast it. Tome Scour. Storm 8. Scour again. Storm 9. There's the Grapeshot. So this should be pretty simple now. We can just untap this Lotus Field twice and Grapeshot them for lethal. So there's once, twice, from 11, tap for red, Grapeshot. Cool. Storm 12. I think one of the things that why I quit working on this deck as much is I love a majority of the main deck slots, but then there's the 3 Consider, where I feel like Consider's a little lackluster in that slot, and us discovering the Underworld, the Otherworldly Gaze really solved a lot for the deck. Like, Otherworldly Gaze was an amazing printing. That said, the Consider slot feels so underwhelming every time I play it, and I've tried things like Dragon's Rage Channeler in there, and a whole bunch of stuff, but nothing ever feels right. And I've tried Offer, a whole bunch of stuff. But that slot in particular, I'm just not sure. And it might be possible that the Lotus Field deck is just too slow for Modern after all the upgrades it's received over the last year or 2. That could also be a truth. But for now, we're going to board in our Pact of Negations. We're boarding these in because our opponent has Force of Vigor and Endurance. We need to be able to beat those. I found that Inquisition tends to be kind of lackluster, so I'm going to board that out. Bring in Echoing Truth. And then Needle's nice because it can hit Relic, which is something they can get with their Urza Sagas. So we're at 61. What to board out? Defense Grid, like I mentioned, stops Endurance and Force of Vigor and stuff, so I don't hate that. Maybe it's just we board out Considers and I'll bring in the other Needle. Let's try this. Easy peasy mulligan. Looks like we're going to 5. Our opponent also went to 5. How lovely. So here I think we get rid of Pact of Negation and a land. Getting rid of the Swamp, because Swamp actually creates a little bit of awkwardness when trying to go for a turn 3. Not that I think we have a turn 3 here, but in general, I think it tends to be a little bit problematic. Alright, bobble ourselves. Pact. I just don't think we can afford to keep that when we're so far behind on resources, so I'm going to shuffle it away. We get our bobble trigger. Void Snare. Okay. Amulet. No land too. That's interesting. Ouch. Wishclaw Talisman. Pass the turn. Please don't murder me. No land. Interesting. I don't think this is a turn we're going for it, so I'm going to upkeep this Otherworldly Gaze to see if I can get a draw that we're actually looking for. So Scour is a card I definitely want to mill. Alright, I'm going to mill the Pact of Negation, which is a little bit risky. So Pact of Negation, by being in the graveyard, stops Force of Vigor, but not the Endurance. Draw. Awkward. I'm going to pass. They found land too. Giant. 2 mana for an Explore. And they just pass. Alright, let's draw. So we can go for it right now. Alright. The problem is that we kind of just pick it up to Endurance. That looked like an F6. Untap. Activate. Grab the Breach. Play it. No Endurance, wow. Scour. Storm 4. Remove the artifacts. So now we have to play a Twiddle effect. Just go through the motions. We have Pack backup, so our opponent would need a lot to stop us here. Scour. Storm 7. And there's the Grapeshot. Opponent has conceded the game, so we're on the score. We're on the board. We are 1-2. Let's see if maybe we finish this with a positive record. I'd like that. Hey, you're still watching. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe. If you're looking to make a purchase from Card Hoarder, TCG Player, or Amazon and are looking to support us, you can open up our description down below, and in there you will find our affiliate links. Those same links are found on the homepage of the Epic Storm. But that's not all. We've included a Card Hoarder button on our website that will load the Epic Storm in your Card Hoarder cart to make life simple for you. We're on the draw again. We do have Ad Nauseam, which is not a card we've cast yet this league. I don't know. But we don't have Lotus Field or a way to find it, which is kind of an issue. I think you're just supposed to mulligan. Actually, now that I think of it, maybe last game, instead of going all in on Breach, I should have Ad Nauseamed. I'd have to go back and check the math on that if I actually had enough mana. I would need 1 floating, but I don't know. So this hand works. I don't know what our opponent's playing, but I can use Profane Tutor to go get Lotus. Let's see what they're up to. Urza's mine, so Tron. Draw. Bobble me. Come on, cast. Let's go. Bobble me. Yes, I want that spare Twiddle. Power plant. I can't beat this card. Why are you playing Spellskite? Why are you ruining my day? Ah, jeez. Okay. So I have a Void Snare that I'll have to find now, which is a really big pain in the buns. So I have to find Lotus Field naturally. Suspend the tutor. Pass. Urza's Saga. Into Serum. I have no clue what you're doing. Okay. Come on, Lotus Field. Let's see it. That wasn't that bad. Alright. Pass. Saga moves up to 2. Inventor's Fair. We're tapping some mana here. 4. Mystic Forge. I could have guessed that based on what I've seen so far. Map. Okay. Shell Sun 0. I mean, that stops Bobble, but that doesn't really do a whole... Like, I don't need this Pact Negation. Oh, it stops the Tutor. That's what it does. Okay. Yep. It stops Tutor. I mean, let's cast it. It's countered. Draw? Might just be dead. Alright, let's Inquisition. Double Ballista. Pass the turn. It's possible that I theoretically could win this, but I would have to draw either one of the 4 Lotus Fields or the lone Void Snare. Okay. They're using Map to shuffle in their upkeep, so they get a fresh draw here. And now they'll have Tron as well. Oh, and now they can go get a Needle to shut down my Claw. Yep. Or even like a Spell Bomb or something. Like, I guess I have the Ad Nauseam, but there's the Needle. Now I need multiple runners in a row. And Ballista. Yikes. Okay, I'm going to call it. We'll go to game 2. That hurt. Hard to deny that. Okay. I think we want to get rid of these tutors against the Chalice deck. Bring in Echoing Truth. Probably don't want the Pact. That's 56. I mean, maybe I keep the tutors in. Because I'm not, like, crazy about anything else on the sideboard. Could bring in, like, Aeve to be graveyard hate, but I don't know. Sort of what the Nos is there for. I'm just going to resubmit. Game 2. Probably shouldn't have left in the defense grid. Whoops. Yeah, I'll keep this, though. Did not think about defense grid. Gemstone Caverns, okay. Pitches Powder. Bobble. Pass the turn. Here's a Saga. Chalice 0. Expected that. Needle. Okay. Strong opening. And then aim the Wishclaw. Draw. Just gonna play this grid. Just in case they have something like Mindbreak. Power Plant. 3 mana. They're passing. Draw. Let's consider. Don't need that. Field is on the table. Pass. My best draw is a Twiddle effect. Now another Construct. So the fear here is that I'm about to take 5. If I don't rip a Twiddle effect, this Ad Nauseam's effectively going to be shut off on the following turn. And they should get a graveyard piece with this Saga activation. Like if they have like a Spell Bomb or something, or like even a Relic, even though they don't have the mana right now, they still have a land drop. They get a Welding Jar. Okay. And Relic. Sure. You got it. Taking 6. So yeah, I need to rip this Twiddle right now. Draw. I'm just dead. So I can play Breach into Consider, but they have 12 damage coming in when I'm... And the next turn, the Breach is shut off by the Relic. And even if it wasn't, I don't have a Twiddle effect or access to the Scour. They got me. 1 and 3. If you're looking for more great Magic the Gathering content, definitely check out the Eternal Glory podcast. It is myself, Bryant Cook, alongside Brian Koval and Phil Gallagher. We primarily discuss Legacy. That said, a lot of what we talk about transcends all formats. We're available on all major podcast platforms. Match number 5. We are on the play. Jeez. I think we're supposed to mulligan this. 4 lands is so many. There's no Twiddle effect, no access to Lotus Field. So this could be fine if we draw land number 2. Alright, so I'm just going to start off with Inquisition, try to slow them down a little bit. Bobble them. Eidolon, so we're facing Burn again. I don't know. I'm just going to play the Inquisition. Immediately get punished. Ugh. Pass the turn. Yikes. Maybe I should have bobbled before fetching. Draw. Next game. So that was a misplay, but it ended up not mattering. I could have played that better. And once again, we're facing Burn. Alright, Ad Nauseam comes out with Defense Grid, the Pact, to consider, and then splitting Profane and Inquisition. Submit. Yes, I would like to be on the play. Sure. Who needs ley lines? You never draw them anyway, right? Right? Okay. Let's bobble. Target myself. Maybe I do want to keep it, because then I just have to find land breach. Foundry. Goblin Guide. Okay, so I'm going to fetch, and I'll shock here, because I want to cast the Otherworldly Gaze, but I also want to have Fatal Push available. So let's look at the top. So there's the breach, but no land. I think I'm supposed to just mill it and try to hit that second land. Another Underworld Breach. Okay, so I didn't get punished too badly from that. Mill. And then pass the turn. No lands in the top 5. Okay. Land number 2 from the opponent. Swift Spear. Attack for 3 at the moment. Triggers. Fatal Push. Draw. Try to slow down some of this damage. We have 41 cards in our deck, which means we're roughly 33% of the way through. And I found 1 land that taps your mana. Yikes. Opponent is fetching 3 lands. They draw off Canyon. Okay. Swift Spear attacks for 1. Draw. How about that? So we'll pass the turn on their end step. We're likely to flashback the Otherworldly Gaze looking for another Twiddle. Because right now I have to Twiddle to untap the Lotus Field and then tap the Lotus Field to make red. I don't have another blue. So Swamp, while being land 2, is actually non-ideal because I can't escape a Twiddle afterwards. So we have to find another Twiddle if I want to win. Skewer the critics targeting themselves. Sure thing, I will flashback. Garbage. I don't want any of this. Alright, so I'm going to take 2 going down to 9 line. Ooh, they accidentally didn't attack. Yikes. Sorry, opponent. Draw. Let's just push the Swift Spear now. Play the Lotus Field, pass the turn. This Leyline's doing some work. Land 4. They're passing. Draw. Blue. Untap. Yes. I'm going to lightning bolt myself here, because I would like to cast this Inquisition, just in case they have something like Wear Tear in hand. None of these cards do anything. Okay. Breach. And at this point, it's just going through the motions. Alright, untap Lotus Field. Do it again. From 5. Yes. Now we'll Scour. From 6. Scour again. That's from 7. And again. And again. It's from 9. Let's untap. Twiddle. Just have to find the Grapeshot. Scour. 14 cards left, so we will find it, I promise. There it is. Target you. Game 3 coming up. No sideboard changes. Let's just run back what we have. Sure. I mean, I don't love this hand, but I think it's good enough. We have this Inquisition to hit Eidolon. Obviously, Leyline slows them down. We already have Lotus Field, so you just need a Twiddle effect, and then you need Underworld Breach. So Guide's going to get in. We go to 18. And I just found the Twiddle. Alright, so we're an Underworld Breach away. Inquisition. Neither of these cards matter. Just take the Bolt. Interesting that they didn't play one of their Horizon lands. Trying to Lightning Helix me? Oh, okay, so they drew Boros Trump for Double Strike, sure. We pick up another land. Draw. Pass the turn. They draw off the Canyon. Goblin Guide. I'm going to go to 12. So I did just take a full turn off my life because I went from an odd number to an even number. But I'll cast this, hopefully finding something we need. Nope. So I'm going to mill all of these. We just need to find the Underworld Breach. Wishclaw Talisman. Okay. So that's actually completely fine here. Play the Wishclaw. Lotus Field. Pass the turn. We have it lined up. We just need to be able to untap. They sacrifice another Canyon with one land untapped. Guide gets in. We reveal Watery Grave. Draw. Bobble. Target them. Why not? Goblin Guide. Lovely. Dream's Grip. Untap. Tap for triple red. Activate the Wishclaw. Breach. Untap. Sweet. Untap again. Alright, so now we have a bunch of mana, and here's the Scour. So we really just need to get to Grapeshot and then cast it a couple times. Let's escape another Twiddle. So we actually, I mean, not to count my chickens, but we actually beat Burn in a match. After starting this league off 0-2 to Burn. Looks like our opponent's conceding. Yep. So we went 2-3, which is pretty crummy. Honestly, I'm not sure what the changes would be. I think that it's a possibility, I'm just talking out loud here, that Profane Tutor might be too slow for the format. If that is the case, I don't know what it gets replaced with. You could think about maybe going back to the Wish version, but I really loved when I first started playing this build how Profane Tutor gave you more tutors for Lotus Field, but it also enabled Ad Nauseam. So if you go away from Tutor, I think you have to lose the Ad Nauseam package. I'm just talking out loud here. I don't really have any answers, but it's just a thought. I hope you enjoyed the video. Maybe I'll upload a gift storm video as well, so that way you have 3 choices in the voting for what I should play at Star City Games Syracuse, but that's all I've got for now. Thank you for watching, take care, and keep storming! Hey, Bryant Cook here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, but also follow the social media channels down below. If you want to support this content directly, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/shop. And if you need a little bit of assistance with the Epic Storm to get to that next level, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/tutoring. Don't worry, there's more great content coming right up.